Okay, I'm just gonna take the liberty now of getting these spines out of here. This card is just not great. What can we actually play? Malicious Wisp? No, that's bad to keeper. Aspect of Ego is kind of cute with keeper, but non-synergizes with it if you have to play it beforehand. Frigid Corona is pretty good. Get those in. Card is absolutely fine. I feel like Thicket Augur is not something I've wanted. We could play Mana Death Grip. We could play Aspect Thunderhorn. I think taking out the bad cards would help, like Fenrir Berserker. Yeah, that's where I'm going. Oh, we could play Cryogenesis. Cryogenesis is a perfectly legitimate removal spell, and it can find us. There's got to be like one good Vesper to get back, right? Frostiver, that's pretty good. There's the big ones. The Moose. Hey, if you keep it back a Moose, it just comes in. So we could play Meltwater Moose. But maybe that's too dirtly. The 4-drop slot's already fairly contested. There's Wintertide, which is quite good with Kara. There's Endless Hunt, which just gives us dudes. Helps us not run out of cards, but obviously we can't tutor that up. I think Cryogenesis curves into Frostiver, so it's probably best to get a 5-drop. I don't think Tara is worth keeping. No, me neither. I think I might replace these with Void Hunters. Tara's fine, but Void Hunter is better. I like the way you think. Yeah, it's worth considering some of these cards that have downsides, but I don't think the Moose is good enough. It might be worth it as like if we play Cryogenesis and then we have like a Moose and a Frostiver. Obviously, we can't reliably tutor one of them, but it means we have 2 Vespers to hit. Yeah, so if we get rid of like these Thicket Augurs and these Tars, probably these Purgatoses as well. Although it does provide us with some much needed healing. Get rid of these. Sunsteel is not that good nowadays. We'll do this. Get a Moose in there. Get some Cryos in there. Get some. I've got Frigid Coronas already. Get a Frostiver in there. Get some Void Hunters in here. Card's pretty legit in Keeper. That leaves us with 2 slots, which would probably be something that kills the opponent. What like big cards are there that are exciting? Conjurer is interesting. Fugitive. This boy. Tigris is okay. Groovy. Lol. Ooh, Ruby Rifter. Probably don't want a 7-drop. But Pandora is pretty good. Actually, yeah. Any excuse to play Pandora. I like Primus Shieldmaster. That's a very good shout. Yeah. Let's get him in. We'll cut these Purgatoses probably because it serves a similar purpose. I've played Primus in the sideboard before against aggro and it was great. Frostiver not being a Vesper. It is, isn't it? Oh, it's not. Oh, okay. We'll get rid of that then. What other good Vespers are there? There actually aren't any that are 5 mana apart from these, and they suck. Voice of the Wind is mediocre. I guess that kind of just gives us Draugolord, but Draugolord's fine. He's a big boy. Dagona? No. Bone Reaper is an interesting shout. What is the thought behind 1x Frostiver? I thought it was a Vesper, so we could get it off Cryogenesis. That was incorrect. To be honest, we could also use some more cheap removal. Things to do in the early turns. What artifacts did Vanna have? No. Oh, we could play Elena with Ice Shatters. Could be interesting. I swear they had like another... Oh, it's this. White Asp is very good in mid-range decks, but it's expensive. Maybe you want a Snowpiercer. It's just basically something else to do before you start playing the keeperable minions. Maybe we even want a third Shieldmaster over a Scorn. Just for more proactive plays. But I guess we got the Moose as well. Taunt is the closest thing Vanar has to healing. I mean, there's all the neutral cards, so it doesn't really matter. The Spirit Call... The Spirit Call's okay. Problem is you'll get small minions a lot of the time. Okay, I think this build is wrong because it'll run out of hand space, but let's come back to it.